Okay, I hope everyone's doing well today. Um, we'll get going here in just a minute or so. We got a lot of information to go over here on real estate news and information here up and down the I-275 and the 23 corridor. So first of all, thanks for coming out today. And as I said, we'll get going here in just a second. Give people opportunity to get on board here. And great weather that we're having. Great opportunities to get out there and get some real estate transactions going, and opportunity to play some golf and get some gardening done and everything. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and kick it on off. Again, thanks for coming and visiting with us today here at Real Estate News and Information up and down the I-275 and the 23 corridor. As we said last week, June is the National Homeownership Month, so we're celebrating that. It's a great opportunity to invest in yourself and in your future with owning a home. So we're going to talk about top reasons to own a home. We're also going to talk about the listing price and how that has changed here in this last year or so, and how we look at it, and how buyers and sellers look at it a little bit different nowadays too. The two communities that we're going to talk about today are Green Oak Township and Pittsfield Township. And we're also going to talk about a buyer's checklist, a checklist that helps a buyer through what they want to have in a home, what type of needs and wants. So a great opportunity to understand what your needs and want in a home, and take it step by step and see where we can go from there. So let's get going. Again, my name's Bruce Webb with Bruce Webb Team of Realtors. We work out of the office of Preferred Realtors here in Plymouth. We service the southeast corner of Michigan here. And as we said, June is the National Homeownership Month, and we're going to start off today's talking about the top reasons why people own a home or want to own a home. And no particular order here, but one of the main reasons is privacy. People like to have their own space. They like to feel safe in that space, and that home ownership provides them with that comfort of having their own space in their own environment. The loved ones. Now, later on in the show, we're going to talk about as we said, the buyer's needs and wants in a home. Well, that also goes to prioritizing the needs of the ones around you. Okay, if you have special needs in your family, you might want to be close to certain schools or hospitals, or out in the country or in the city. It's a different living style. So you want to take a look at your whole family and prioritize everyone's needs and wants. And I have a cousin who likes to ride horseback. So she's out she's a championship horseback rider, and so we got to understand what It's kind of hard to do that in the city. So the environment that we're looking at. So those are one thing. Stability. The one thing about, and we talked about this last week, was the monthly payment on your home for a 30-year period, or a 15 or 20-year, depending on whatever group. If you have a fixed rate mortgage, it gives you stability. The only things that are going to change on your make your payments increase are increase in taxes or insurance. But your major portion of your monthly payment is going to stay the same. If you're renting, year to year, as you go through, your rent might go up, and most likely will go up. We showed charts last week on how that we had a sharp peak going on the last few years and how rent has gone up. So financial stability and financial investment. It is an investment into your home. So every month you're putting away money. It's like a forced savings program for you. And as your property value goes up, now, yes, we've had a few years that have gone down, especially back in 2006, 2008, but we're well past those years now, and we're well above those. so we have equity in your home. You build up equity, and you can use that money on different things. Okay, personal expression. Well, if you own the home, depending on the community that you're living in, you can express yourself and how you want to your lifestyle, displaying your own unique personality. Okay, granted, there are some communities that have homeowners associations that you can't express it maybe all the way that you want to, but inside the four walls, you definitely can. Accomplishment. Well, here's one of those things where you can take pride, reflect your efforts, and saying, "Hey, I've done something." And it's like one of those things where I get done cutting the grass, and I look back over it, and I say, "Man, the grass is looking pretty good right now. I've taken care of it. I've taken the pride and ownership, and I've accomplished something here." I remember this growing up. My grandfather had an orange grove, and I helped him a few summers planting orange trees. And when we get done with the planting of the orange trees, we would step back from that one tree and say, "Pretty little tree." And that pretty little tree, we kept saying that over and over and over, because my grandfather believed if we took care of the trees took care of us. Well, you have to do that with a home. You have to keep putting into it, so when you're ready to take out of it, it's there for you. So it's one of the things, but it's a pride of ownership on that. Okay. Comfort. I think people feel comfort in their own home. They feel, going back to, they feel safe and secure in that home. They feel more like themselves. Okay. And the last one is community. Being a part in a community. Now, it could be different types, different areas mean different things. Like if you live downtown Plymouth, you're part of the community downtown area where you go to a concert on Thursday or Friday night, and you're able to be with the surrounding people. Or if you're in a condominium community, that's another type of community. Or if you're in a subdivision, that's another type of community where maybe people have block parties or something of that nature. Or you just get involved like I do with the Kiwanis and some other organizations where you're able to give back to the community, and you feel strong about, my daughter lives out in Pinckney, and there's different areas where you have a small town or a mid-sized town or a big town where you feel pride in being in that community. So as we celebrate June, the National Home Ownership Month, it's a great time to consider the benefits of owning a home. And these are just a few of them, and I hope that helps you out with that. So, Green Oak Township. Again, if there's other communities that you would like to hear about, let me know. I'll put them on our list here. But where we get our information from is from RealComp, and it's we basically are looking at 2020 compared to 2021, and we go back and forth. Now, we're usually about a month behind because it takes them a little bit of time to get information out to us, but it will give us a pretty good idea what's going on in the marketplace, as we say right now. So, Green Oak Township, okay, as we've said before, the inventory is down compared to what it was. We have 1.4 months worth of inventory compared to 3.5 of last year. Down 60%. Now, again, we want to stress that anything under 3 months is they consider a seller's market. 4 and 5 months is basically a balanced market. 4, 5, 6 months, and then over 6 months is we're getting into a buyer's market. So, inventory. Tell you, last year we had 60 homes on the market in Green Oak Township, where we have 36 this year. So that's down 40%. The average sale price had gone from $378 on up to $398, and so that was an increase of 5%. But the year-to-date sale price went from $341 up to $398, which was a 16, almost 17% increase. So that's where Green Oak Township is sitting right now this year. Very similar to other communities. a little bit more, I would say, inventory wise compared to other ones. Where most other communities are below 1 month, where they're at 1.4 months. Okay, now want to talk about sales price, or list price, excuse me, list price in today's market. It's almost like a auction reserve price, and by that I mean, for generations, what the seller would do is go out, and maybe even a real estate agent would come out and give them a market analysis of the property and give them what they felt that the house would sell for, and they would look at that price. Say the homes are selling for $300,000 in the neighborhood, and they might go out there and put it on the market for 305, 310, figuring that, okay, that gave me a little bit of wiggle room to get the sale price of 300, which what I would like to have. Okay, now I did a little bit different a while back. I looked at where the market was going. Okay, as an agent, if the market was going up and the houses were selling at 300, I priced it above the market just a little bit. That was my recommendation. So we would price it at 305 or 310, so that the market would hit into that price. If it was going down at 300, I would price it at 295 or 290. So it would, as it's coming down, people would look at it that way also. Today is a little bit different. Okay. We're not trying to hit the market price. What we're doing is we're setting a price. Okay, when we do a listing, that is probably the low point on what the seller is looking for. What they're trying to do is get a auction going on their home. So they call it a auction reserve price, saying that is the lowest I'm going to take on my home is 300,000. I'll let you start bidding, and let's get the price on it. So with the record low home supply out there, along with the strong buyers demand right now, that's what's causing these auctions to go on right now. So because of this, the homes today often sell for more than the list price, and a lot of times a lot more. And I've seen it, depending on the price range, I've seen them from 5, 10, 15, 20,000, 25,000 above list price. And it's sort of crazy. You got to understand the philosophy behind it a little bit, though. And the thing that it's important for the buyer to understand is, with our interest rates as low as they are right now, and as prices are projected to still continue to increase, and if they plan on living there for any length of time, then it's okay to buy at that higher price. But if you don't plan on living there, if you're only planning on living there 3 or 4 years, I'd say now's not really probably the best time to be buying. The other thing is, it's a great time to to sell and buy, because you can take the money out of your current home and use that for your next step up, especially if you're downsizing, because you're going to get a whole lot more money out of the home that you're selling than the home that you're buying on right now as you're going downsizing. So I sort of give that information to our seniors out there right now, because that's a good philosophy to think about if they want to downsize or move in to a condo, or just have less space or where they can maintain it. Now might be the time to be doing that. Okay, now, according to Lawrence Young, which is the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, right now, for every listing, there are 5.1 offers on the property. Now, you got to understand, this is nationwide that he's using this from. Half the homes are being sold above list price. Here in the area, I would say we're probably getting more offers than 5 offers on the property. Especially if it's clean, neat, and organized. I'm, ready to move in and priced right. We are getting more than that. Just last week we had a situation where we had 20 offers on a home. I had a couple this weekend that we had 6 or 7 on one, and we had another close to 10 on the other one. So they are, well going over the 5% or offers here in the area when they're priced right. So you need to look at that and have an understanding when you are getting into the buyer's market that it's a different feel. You know, if we go back a few years ago and someone was buying, they would say, I'm not going, and I've had people tell me this, I've had clients tell me this, I will not pay list price. If they ask me list price, I'm going to, offer them something under that, maybe even a lot under that list price, because I know that they've marked it up. Okay, so we've had clients like that. Today's market, that philosophy is not going to work very well. So you might want to just hold off a little bit if that's the way your thoughts are right now, because it's just about every one of them is going over list price. Okay, we've had that. Let's take a step back here too. It's not just the price that we talk about in negotiating. Remember, real estate, everything is negotiable. So we're going to talk about price. We're going to talk about occupancy. We're going to talk about closing dates. We're going to talk about the earnest money deposit, appraisal clauses. If we got to put in appraisal, a gap clause into the purchase agreement. Those are just a few of the things that we talk about. And so it might not necessarily be the highest price. In fact, we took one this last weekend on a offer that was not the highest priced one, but it was the most solid offer on the table. The one that came in with the highest price had issues with contingencies that my seller didn't want to take the risk of making sure that those contingencies were going to go through. Okay, so those are things that we take up. We look at the whole picture, not just one part, and that being the price. So again, if someone was buying or selling property in the past, it's done a little bit different today. Let's put it that way. And as real estate agents, we have to adjust to the market that's going on, and we have to be right there with it as it changes. So Pittsfield Township, that's what's going on out there. Well, again, their month of inventory is 1.9 right now. Last year was 2.6, so that's down almost 27%. Again, it's a little bit better than some of the communities here in the area. At that, average sale price have gone from 157 up to 457 up to 481. The year to date was 403 up to 432, so they had about a 7% increase going on right now. And days on the market was from 14 days on the market down to 9. Again, your better homes will get off the market fairly quick. One of the things that's changed also with the days on the market, what we've started doing as real estate agents is one of the things in part of our advertising, we're starting to put coming soon. So when you see 9 days on the market, that property might have only been on the real market for 2 or 3 days. Okay, because our our multiple listing service that we use allows us to put our properties on the market 6 to 7 days before it actually starts showing it. So it's a coming soon. We start promoting the property in a little bit different way. So that time that's coming soon still goes against that time frame. So usually when I look at that, it's probably wasn't 9 days on the market. It's probably more like 7 days on the market, maybe even 6 days on the market, because of the way we're pre-marketing it before it even hits the market. And we do that with coming soon. We also do it on Facebook medias and other sources too. So, okay. I have a little checklist that I give my buyers. It's called Define Your Dream Home. And basically what it does is it says, what are you interested in? What are your needs and wants in a home? And we start off with the location. And with the location, we say, well, what type of neighborhood you want to live in? What type of school districts you want to be? Do you need to be close to public transportation or an airport or the highways or near shopping, churches? Or do you want to be out in the country and have great views? So location of the property, where do you want to be? Then, so we want our clients to sort of prioritize those a little bit in their own mind. They let us know about it too, because then we can design a search around those. Okay, the other thing is type of property. Are we talking about single family? Are we talking about a condominium, a townhouse? So we want to understand, what, because those are different. You want to be downtown. You want to be out in this area here too, because it is an environment. It's a lifestyle that we're also trying to fit into. So we also get, how old do you want to have property? You want a 1900 built home and have the things that go along with that, the historical value of that type of home, or you want a new construction that's built last week? Okay. Other things that we're taking a look at is, are you willing to renovate a little bit? I had a client right now that I'm working with that she loves a lot of the single family ranch style homes that we're showing her. But she says, I really like this home, but I would like to have a sunroom on the back of it. If we get the home with the right price, she can put that on the back if she wants to, or hopefully we can find her one who already has that attached to the house, and we can take care of her right off the bat. Okay. Do you want an open floor plan? Okay, so nowadays a lot of us have gone to the open floor plan, so the great room style. Okay, so size of makeup. Okay, well, I got 3 daughters, so we ended up with 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. That, is that something that we're going to need? Or are you okay with 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1.5 baths? Eat-in kitchen, or do you need the formal dining room or formal living room? Again, it's a lifestyle that we want to fit your needs and wants with your family. It can depend on what, how big your family is. Is it just you, or do you have 4 or 5 kids? It's a different style. Okay, outdoor space. Again, if you got kids, you might want to have that big yard. If you don't have, if you're an older couple, you might not want that big yard. You might want to downsize and have that small yard so it's easier to take care of. Garage. Okay, do you want a garage? Okay, or a carport will do, or 1, 2, 3, 4 car garage, or you want a pole barn to keep the camper in and things like that. So those are important. Laundry room, first floor, second floor, basement. Where do you want that? Okay, all important questions that we ask our clients, and again, we have it on our checklist. Amenities, hardwood floors, carpeting. You want type of heating, forced air, boiler type system, baseboard heating. Do you need central air or no central air? Fans, fireplaces. Do you want a pool in the backyard? These are all things that we go over, checklists and stuff like that. So defining your dream home. Go over this list, then we can sit down and we can talk about what is on your top 10 list. Okay? So we ask our clients to fill out this and say, what are the 5 things that you have to have in a home? Okay? Out of those 5 things, we need to have 3 bedrooms. We need to have at least a bath and a half, if not 2 baths. I like to have a basement. Okay? These are things that it's kind of hard to add on after the fact. Okay? Then the other 5 things are things that you might be able to add on. If you had a fence or a central air or something of that nature, if we get the house at the right price, this might be something that we might be able to add on. So the first 5 things, we won't look at a house that doesn't have these things. The other 5 things, if we get 3 out of the 5, now we got 8 total. It could be a great buy for our buyer, and we're leading on the way to their dream home. So these are things that we take a look at. We want to define, makes everyone's search a little bit easier, and that way we can move forward with them. So with that, I hope this is information that you can use. I'm Bruce Webb with the Bruce Webb team of realtors. If you have any questions, please give me a call at area code 734-392-6021. And remember, have a great Michigan day, and let's talk soon. Bye now.